What's up guys? Welcome back to another video. This video is going to be relatively short. I'm just going to be updating you guys on what I'm doing this week and kind of my thoughts running through it. So let's get into it. So since the last video, I've been spending most of the day trying to learn to code and actually create the software that my brother and I are co-founding. I've been running into a lot of problems, primarily the actual connection between the two platforms I'm using. So for my app, I'm using a coding software called Verse Code or VS Code. I'm not even sure what it's called. And then to hold the actual storage of my app, it's called Supabase. The good part is I have the connection between them, but the problem is actually getting them to connect and work hand in hand. So I've been figuring that out. I know I'm going to be able to do it. Another thing that I was struggling with, I was trying to create the MVP, like I mentioned before, my app, very complicated. My brother and I thought that we should have a bunch of features, which we will have eventually, but considering I'm such an amateur in coding, I wouldn't really be able to get it done. And I wouldn't want to pay another person to do it because they will create it. It might work, but if we have one problem or we want to continue iterating and creating more, it would not be smart unless we actually find a software developer to be on our team, which would actually be great. But for now, I am the one creating it, doing my best with the help of AI. What I'm trying to get at is we decided to create the most simple version of the app and make it seamless. So I've never heard of a problem with something being too simple but works perfectly rather than complex and doesn't work very well. So I'm going to create it as simple as possible for users, and from then on, I will get feedback from the users to know what they like, what they didn't like. So if I created a whole thing and it took me a year and I released it and half the features people don't even use or like, there's no point. I'm gonna create the software. My brother and I are gonna release it, market it, continue iterating and building, get feedback from the users, and that is our plan for now. That was an update on the actual coding and where I'm at right now. It's very difficult, but I really don't care. I'm gonna keep going, keep moving, little by little. Honestly, it's felt like I've been running in circles with this software because it works and I constantly have to change the code up to fix the routes, but it's not working. Now something a little bit off topic here. Pretty much, I don't really think I'm able to give you guys advice in my scenario where I am right now because I'm like, I'm learning. So everything I say is kind of self-analyzation of myself, and that's the whole documentation of my journey. There's nothing here that I'm like, you guys should do this. It's more like, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm doing. And in the future, you guys will see these videos, and hopefully by when you see them, I've made it, like I mentioned. So it brings me to another point of where society is heading and my thoughts on documenting this journey. At the start, I wanted to make videos for people to see and enjoy. I still want that, but I've realized the attention span of most people nowadays is zero, and that's why short form content and clipping long content is so popular. I don't like short form content that much, even though I know it gets exposure. I like the long term or the long form content so I can really get to know you guys and build a strong community. Because when I see short form online, it's hard to trust people. It's very quick. I get to know them, but it's not like a community where I can really trust someone. So that's one reason why I'm doing this. Second, I think I've decided that I'm making these videos mostly for myself, to hold myself accountable, to make sure my word stays true. Like I mentioned in other videos, your word is your honor. I can't be someone who says I'm going to do something and not do it. When I put my words out into the universe and I say them, I must do them, or else my energy and my self will just degrade. Like manifestation and verbalizing your energies or whatever people believe, it's very, very true. When you wake up and you tell yourself, I am very strong, I'm energized, I'm ready. And you say that, I don't even care, like 100 times in the mirror to yourself. You look at yourself, you hype yourself up. It might look cringy, but what you're actually doing is telling your body, yourself, what you are. If you say, "Oh, I'm stupid. I'm so tired. I'm depressed. I'm depressed. I can't do work anymore. I'm just so tired." And you tell everyone, "Oh man, like I just had such a hard week. I just can't do it." And you know the sad thing is most people around you will say, "Okay, that's fine. Just rest. Take your time. You'll get back to it." But truthfully, from my experience, that is the worst thing you can do to someone. When you tell them, "Oh yeah, you're fine. Just take a rest today. Rest this." It's not okay. And our family and our friends should hold us very accountable for what we do. If you can visualize your dream life and what you want to do and you work relentlessly, you will succeed. Now, this brings me to another point about manifestation and energy that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about. Just saying you're something or saying you're going to do something is not enough. And that's where the most important thing in the world comes in. And it's action. It's what you actually do. I can wake up, I'll wake up, "Oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. I'm so successful. My car is a Lamborghini. I drive a Lamborghini. I'm so rich. I have everything I want." And I pretend like my Honda Accord that I have is a Lamborghini and I drive and I'm so confident in my car. Yes, I'm in a Lamborghini. I'm so cool. And you think that. That's very strong. And it's great you're confident. But you're not in a Lamborghini. You're not rich yet. You're not successful yet. So I don't mean to be so pessimistic and and I'm not saying you should not do this. You should manifest, you should visualize, you should believe, you should dream. But you're not going to get anywhere if that's all you do. And even though I have dreams of becoming a mega rich, like seriously, I'm happy right now, but to reach my pure success in life, I want hundreds of millions of dollars. What I'm getting at is the most important part I'm about to say. You alone are responsible. You need to work hard to the point where it's not even normal anymore, where people don't understand you, where people say, "Oh, just hang out with us, hang out with your family, do this. Why are you seem like you're in a different world, you're so sad all the time and depressed." It's not depression or sadness. It's seriousness and thinking about what you want to do. And I've heard a lot of interesting things. And down the route, I'm making this video. I think even though people can't even watch like a couple minute videos, I'm going to start making longer ones. If you're not happy now, you're not going to be happy later, even with hundreds of millions or your success. And I 100% agree. If you are not happy right now, in this moment where you are, and you're thankful for where you are, when you have millions of dollars and you finally get that supercar, that one you've been dreaming of, and all you want is there, and you missed out on all of life, your friends, family, you sacrificed everything, and you're in that Lamborghini, and then you realize, this isn't making me happy. And I'm not saying don't get a Lambo, because I'm going to get one on top of many of my supercars. It's about what success means to you and where you are in your life and where you want to go. You need to be happy where you are in life, but you don't have to be content. Listen, guys, that was a little bit of me ranting about my beliefs and how I think. I want to talk more about that, and I'll like to film gym content and coding and me talking about how I'm actually going to be successful. But I do really enjoy talking to you, to the camera. And you guys probably don't even watch this far because people on my new videos a minute in and then they leave. And it's okay. But this is documentation. This is me putting myself out to the world. And I don't care if I have one viewer or I have a million viewers. It does not make a difference to me. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. My Instagram and TikTok and all my handles are Michael Peck Official. So please go follow them. Thank you guys.